Welcome to another guide of Dummy 13 Reaper Edition. So I ordered myself another ball from Temu, a Reaper looking one that's different from the original look. So let's have a look inside, and remember to have a nice sharp cutters or scissors or anything to cut the components out. So we have the following inside: the guide that no one looks at, because you're going to be watching this video and I'll be your guide on how to build the Dummy 13. Here are the components that need to be cut. Got a sword, a head, cape, 2 guns and a scythe. So, looks pretty cool. What do you think, guys? Leave a comment down below. So I cut out all the components, the joints and the covering, the limbs, and I compiled them in different sections. Let's move the hands away. So this is the body joints, see, and here's the arm joints. This is the leg joints. Here's the leg limbs, the body limbs, and the arm limbs. So the limbs are like covering over the joints. So you can take a picture or pause the video and see how all the joints looks. So we're going to start with the coccyx or pelvis onward. So connect these two joints together, double joint, ball joint, and the small hook joint. They connect together. Remember the smaller one, there's 2 of them, but we're using the smaller one, and it will look like that, a T shape. Then we'll take the small covering, and this slips through the ball, slide it through across to the mid part of the joints that's connected together. So it can be tricky at some Dummy 13s. It can get stuck or not easy to move across, or it doesn't connect sturdy enough. It's a bit loose. So just have that in mind. All Dummy 13s are not exactly the same with the materials used from. So let's continue. We're going to take this pelvis part, hips, and we're going to connect it on top. Remember to put the ball joint through the hole and get it connected nicely. Clip in. Just push it nicely together firmly, because sometimes it can pop off. So we're going to take the long piece that I mentioned earlier, the hook ball joint, and this piece is going to be connected to the mid covering, the abdomen, the stomach part of the Dummy 13, and we're going to slide it through. Okay, once slided through, we can connect the pieces together, the hips and the stomach, abdomen together. Just be careful, sometimes push too hard it pops off and it's very irritating, but just gently connect them together for now. Okay, we're going to get this piece. It looks like a ribs for the model. It's not actually ribs, but it's like a ribs for this model. We take the lower chest piece, connected underneath, and take the upper chest piece. But remember to line up the holes from the backing, so we know that the holes are facing at the back for an indication of the back and the front. The 13 must be in the front and the hole must be at the back. This is just for accessories to be attached to the back of the body, like for this specific model. The cape is attached to the back of the chest plate. But not all the dummies have holes, so just have that in mind. Even though the Dummy 13, but not all have holes. Also the holes is used for the stands, to have the model displayed on stands. Once connected together with the abdomen, then swivel slightly, left and right. Just be careful, if we go forward and back, it does tend to pop off. So just remember that. Now we're going to attach the neck joint. There's a double-sided ball joint with a pin in the middle pointing outwards. We want the pin to face up or away from you, so at the back, so the pin must be facing the back of the dummy. See, as you can see, the pin is facing the back. Then we're going to use the neck covering to cover the joint of that hole, the pin that we saw. We push it covering into the joint, and that's how it will look. Okay, very simple, not difficult, hopefully. Let's continue. So this little joint fits into the head socket. So this can be tricky for some dummies, and it does tend to pop out or slip, or it doesn't attach nicely. So you're going to take something sharp like a pencil or pen just to push it through into it so it fits nicely and deep in. So once that's done, you can connect it to the neck ball joint, but I'm not using this one. I'm going to use the custom one that came also with the figure, dummy 13. I'll be attaching the masked custom face. So yeah, this is the arm joints and the limbs, the coverings. So we're going to start with the arms next. So this is the shoulder joints that we're going to attach to the ball joint of the chest. Connect both on either side. And then you have the shoulders connected, but remember to be horizontal across, because that's how the arms will move nicely. Because if it's facing the other way, the joints don't move well. So remember, across landscape. Okay, we're going to move with connect to the other joints of the arms. On the top left hand corner you can see connecting the joints in more detail, but don't use that method. That's just to show you how it looks without the covering, the limbs. You want to connect the limbs at the same time as the covering, as the limbs connected. That's just showing you how it looks without the covering on, so you can understand how they're connected. So remember to connect you want to slide the back end through the covering, not from the ball inwards. You want to have the other side in and having the ball facing out when you slide the covering together. So you don't want to put the ball in the hole because it will get stuck. You want to put the back of the end in with the ball facing out. So we're going to take the 3-hook joint and connect that in the hole. Remember the pin of the 3 joint faces upward, as it is the elbow. It represents the elbow, so that point is going to be the elbow point. Because if you face it the other way, its elbow is going to be turning in the wrong direction. We can now connect the hand, and there you have it. That's how full arm connected with the covering limbs. Now we can connect the arm to the shoulder joint. This can be tricky to connect. Pieces will fall off when trying to connect the arm and to the chest part, shoulder. Okay, there you have it, the arm connected. You can move it up, left, right. So far should be good, depending on your figure how good the quality is. Okay, let's do the next arm. This will be a faster process, but it'll be cut to the seams of how each pieces are connected, so follow through. See, remember to have the 3 hook joint facing the outer, facing towards the covering of the forearm, because it must face outward, not inwards. You don't want the 3-shaped pin to face towards you. You want to face it towards the outside. There we go. So we're going to put the shoulder coverings on now. Remember, the shoulder coverings must face towards the head. If it faces the other way, it doesn't connect nicely. So the pointy side of the shoulder covering must face the head, not away from the head. Okay, now let's move on to the legs. Connect the joints together. Should fit in nicely. So again, we want to slide the end pieces into the limbs, not the other way around. We never want to take the big part of the joints, push it through the limbs. We always want to take the narrow part and push it into the coverings, else it will get stuck and it won't go in and fit nicely. Just remember that. Always take the end of the joints, not the ball side or the hook side. You want to take the end piece where the hole is and slide it in. So when you do it for the calves, you do the same thing. Slide it in with the ball facing out. Now we take in the hook joint. Same process as for the arms. You do the same process for the legs, but we want the 3 to face forward this time, not backwards, because the 3 is going to be the kneecap this time. So as we connect the thigh and the lower leg, so upper leg and lower leg together by the 3-shaped joint, it should look like this. Now we take the kneecap and we attach the kneecap to the pin that we see off the 3-shaped joint. And we connect it. And this is one leg down. Just missing the feet now, and we'll start moving onwards to the feet and the toes. So this is the foot, and these are the toes, while the heel and the foot and the toes, to make the foot, you connect them together. You can either slide them, it depends on how the dummy is made. Some you slide from the top, some slide from the bottom. Either way, they can clip in together, and once it's done, you should be able to fold. And you can't connect the foot like this. You need the hook joint over here. First, have to attach the hook joint to the ball joint. But before we do that, we're gonna have to insert the hook joint into the foot. You can see. Same again thing that you've done with the head joint. Try to use a pin or something to push it in nicely so it can fit and clips into the foot. So then once you take the leg and you connect the ball joint to the hook joint of the foot and apply some pressure against like a table or some surface area so it can connect to the ball joint of the leg. We're going to move on to the next leg. Same process. Remember to slide in the thin part where the hole is into the limbs. Always do the holes and the small pieces when you're connecting the joints into the limbs. So connect the 3 joint. Remember, the pointy must face forward for the kneecaps. It is the opposite with the arms, because you want the elbows to face outward, not inward. Therefore the kneecaps, you want to also face it outward, but it's in the opposite direction to the arms. Anyways, we're moving on with the foot. Again, attaching the hook joint to the ball joint, and there we have another leg done. Sometimes when you're connecting the leg, the pelvis detaches or the abdomen pops off, so it's best to take the hips off and to attach the legs to be more easier for you, and it will be easier to connect the leg covering, the top piece covering. So you just slide the covering over the leg, over the top of the leg, like so, and do for the other side the same thing. Very easy, just a sliding connection, just slide and click. So you have your legs done, and just reattach everything that popped off. And there you have a whole figure completed in under 20 minutes. Very easy, not difficult. So I'll be attaching this addition accessories to him, the cape, which you probably don't have, or you have some other things, either extra arms or cyclops things, up to you. I don't know what figurine you have of the W13 customized one. This is the Reaper one. I'll attach the Scythe to him, his arm, because that's the main goal of him, of this figure, the Death Reaper. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.